Okay, today is the 16th of December. It's Monday. We've got about 30 minutes to the NY Open. Just check sound. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah. So we got 30 minutes to the NY Open. Let's get to the charts in a second. Yeah, all good. Okay. Okay, first of all, let's look at news today. This week, what have we got? Yeah, so we've got nothing major, right, except for Tuesday. So today there's nothing major. This is not going to do anything to price. It's PMI, flash services, flash manufacturing PMI is not going to do anything to price. Tuesday we have retail sales, could have a bit of volume. Wednesday nothing. Thursday we've got interest rates. That's actually Wednesday, New York time. It's Thursday for me, but it's Wednesday in the US, in New York. So we got interest rates on Wednesday, but it's Thursday for me. And then there's nothing for the rest of the week. This is nothing. Friday's not going to do anything. Thursday, this is not going to do anything. Unemployment claims doesn't have much volume usually. It's just retail sales, and interest rates. Those are the only two major news events this week. Retail sales, not that important, but it might bring in a bit of volume. But obviously the interest rates and the FOMC meeting minutes is going to bring volume. But that falls outside my trading hours, so I won't be trading that during those events. Okay, so let's get to the daily chart and look at what's happened so far. So price on Friday pushed down, and if you watch the streams, then you would have seen we took sells, and there was a very nice run to 2650, and price stopped there and now is pushing up from 2650. So we closed last week. Friday's candle closed below 2673 plus below 2650. So we could have a pullback today and or maybe tomorrow as well, and then continue to push down. Right? That's possible. But right now we're in between 2650 and 2673. Weekly resistance 2673 and 2650 psychological round number. Let's go to the chart, trading chart, and let's draw zones. But before we do that, we're going to just have a quick recap of what happened on Friday. So what happened on Friday is this. I've still got Friday's zones and Friday's entry. So let me just zoom in. So basically what happened was, if you're here on Friday's stream, I said that price could react from 2673 or from the supply zone here. This was a lower time frame supply zone. I think was it on the 1 hour? I think, yeah, it's on the 1 hour or the 30 minutes. But it did not get there. It reacted to 2673 to the dot. So that high was 2673.02. So touched it perfectly to the dot. Closed. I waited for M30 rejection there. So as soon as this bearish candle closed, then I took an entry here on the pullback at I had two entries placed, one here, one here. The one above didn't get triggered. 2669.22 got triggered and came straight down, and I closed the trade at 26 at the round number here, 2650, right? So that was a very nice run, 190 plus pips with a stop of about 38 pips. Just above that candle was the stop loss, and price ran down here, right? That was a very good RR trade. So let's get rid of all of these, and let's draw zones for today's NY session. Let's bring all of this here. Okay, I think that should be good. Yeah, we've got. I don't expect a lot to happen today because it's a Monday. I usually don't trade on Mondays, but I'm going to draw the zones for today. That's about a 280 pip range. Price has already moved 200 pips. Um, yeah, we could close a doji, or we could push up a bit and close bullish. That's possible too. Or we could come down and close a doji. That's possible too. Right? But I'm not too worried about the high time frame here because it's a Monday, so I'm going to just draw the zones. Today's session will be a fairly short session. I'm just going to talk through these zones that I draw, right? Because that's important. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with the 4 hour. 4 hour demand. Let's start with demand. Okay. Let's get rid of this label to put it to the side. Okay, so right here, drop, base. It's two basing candles right there. Drop, two basing candles and a rally, right? Drop, two basing candles because these candles have more wick than they have body, right? And the rally up. Okay, so the close of that is 367 and 353. 367, 353. Okay. Now price has come into this, has touched this zone, right? We had these zones drawn on Friday as well. So if you were here and you did see it, you can see how price touches this candle, the liquidity candle. This light green area is the liquidity candle inside this zone. This is how important it is. Look at that touch. So the zone starts at 43.264.363, and the low of this candle is 264353. So just by a pip, touched and pushed up over 200 pips, right? So these zones that I draw, you can place pending orders there, or you can draw them and wait for price to get there in your session, and then look at price action and enter in whatever way that you like to enter, right? But these zones are very important to trading, um, to session trading. 43.53. Okay. 43.53. Okay, that's Friday's zone. I'm going to keep that because we've just touched it by a pip and we pushed up 200 pips. Okay, so this is still a high liquidity zone because we've barely come into that zone. We've just come in one pip into that high liquidity candle. So there's an entire zone is left. There's another 126 pips left in that zone, right? So it's still a high liquidity zone. Okay, that's the closest demand level that we have there, and the demand level runs right through 2650. So you're going to keep that in mind because this 2650 can push price back up again. Okay, now on the 4-hour, we've got a candle here. This body is 63. Yeah, this is a maybe I go to the 1 hour. Yeah, so that's a just enlarge this a bit. So it's a drop, a base, a drop, a base, and a drop, right? Because this candle has more wick than body, so that's a basing candle. So that's a leg in, base, and the leg out, right? Two candles moving out of that zone. That's a supply zone right there. So the value for that is 302, 030, 030. Okay, perfect. That's the supply. That's the closest supply, that's the closest demand. So where it's a very tight area, right? Just a 70 pip area, 65 to 70 pip area. This usually happens on Mondays, so I'm not very keen on taking trades on Mondays. Let's extend these to the right. Before we do that, I want to take a look at this zone right here again. It's nothing on the 1 hour. Yeah, let's get rid of this. That's a supply zone. Let's extend this to the right. So this high is 269, close is 055. 269055. Okay, that should be good. Let's extend this also to the right. That's a liquidity candle inside that zone. We have drawn this on Friday. I'll just show that when I go to the lower time frames. I'll show that why that liquidity candle is there. But if you watch Friday's stream, it's very clear. So we've got supply here, we've got demand here. It's in between the two of them. It's a very small area, about a 65 pip area. Above that, we've got weekly resistance 2673. We've already touched that and pushed down from it. And we've got 2650. We touched it and we're pushing up from it. Okay. So price could be pushing up to head back to 2673, or we could be coming down for a retest of 2650 as well. Okay. Either of them are possible. Today is a Monday. I don't anticipate any big moves today, at least not in the first hour or two of the NY session. Let's also extend this to, yeah, let's just extend this to the right. That is what's left of this supply, this demand here. A drop, two basin candles, and a rally. We've had this marked since last week. Price did come deep a bit into it, about 50% of the way, but it's not crossed the 50% margin. So that's why I still have it as a high liquidity zone. But nevertheless, it's still H4 demand, because we haven't broken through it yet. Once you break through it, then it's invalid, then it's no longer demand. Okay, great. So now the two new zones that we've drawn for today is this zone right here, this demand zone right here, and this supply zone right here. We're going to take a look at it and see if these two zones are high liquidity zones or not. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. Let me just save this. Just give me a second. Yeah. Just a second. Okay, right, sorry. So this is a 4-hour supply zone. There's a 4-hour demand zone right here. Is this a high liquidity zone? We'll take a look at it to the left. Look, watch to the left. See if it has taken out price. It has taken out any demand to the left. Yeah, so this move down. This move down took out this demand here and took out this demand right here. So even if you go on to that one right there, okay, so there was a zone right there, drop, a drop, 2 basin candles and a rally, and there is demand there as well. If you go to the 4-hour, it's still the same. You can see that demand right there. It's more clear on the 4, and you can see this move taking that down. So this is a high liquidity zone, right? Okay, so if a supply level takes out a opposing demand zone, then it becomes a high liquidity zone. And if a demand zone takes out an opposite supply level, then that demand zone becomes a high liquidity zone as well. Okay, um, so that's a high liquidity zone. Did this take out anything? Yeah, there is. No, we haven't taken out this yet. This high is 64.56. This high is 64.42. No, we haven't taken out this yet, but we have this. We've taken out this. Yeah, there is supply here on the 1 hour. Drop, 2 basin candles and a drop, and the move up has taken out this supply, this 1 hour supply here, right? Drop, 2 basin candles and a drop, right? So this would be the zone. There to there, it's about a 42 pip zone. This move up has taken out, and the move started from around 2650. So this is a high liquidity zone as well, right? Okay. Okay. So I don't think price is going to get there, but even if it does, this is covered. This is high liquidity candle. M30 candle is the largest candle inside this zone, right? That's why I have marked it out. That's about a 77 pip candle. So if price gets through this zone, gets through 2673, that's where it's coming to next, to the low of this candle, which is 2682.48. That's where it's coming to, 2682.50 basically. That's where it's coming to, and that could stop price and maybe push it back down, or pause for a while, get some sort of a reaction at this high liquidity candle right here, because it's a fresh level. Price hasn't come there yet, and when it does come there for the first time, we do get some sort of a reaction, especially if it's a non-news day. When there is news, then these levels get, price just runs through them, but they always stop at another level, because price is just looking for liquidity. So if on news days, it needs more liquidity than on non-news days, right? So on a non-news day, it might come here and find liquidity and then push back down. But on a news day, the liquidity here might not be enough. So it'll run through that and come to the next one and then turn there. Okay. Um, right. So we've got 2 high liquidity zones here. So price has tapped this level. Let's just go to the 1 hour. Maybe 30 minutes. Yeah, we're coming up. We're going to break. Yeah, there's no top wick. No top wick here. We're coming up. So let's just redraw this zone a bit. Yeah, here. 493 close. 6505. Yeah, you get a drop, base, and a drop. That's the zone. That's better. Because we're coming, we're going to break this high. We're coming up, right? Probably, yeah. It's very likely. There is no top wick here. Um, price needs liquidity to move down, if it is to move down. So we're coming up. So it's pointless in having the zone down here when you know that price is going to come up. So that is why on the 1 hour, I went down to the 1 hour time frame to refine the zone a little bit more. So on the 4 hour, it looks like this. It's down here, but when I see that 15-minute candle, the 5-minute candle, and I know price is going to break this high, then it's better to refine the zone on a lower time frame, and that's what I did. So I'm using these 3 candles as the base-in candles. So that's a drop, 3 base-in candles, and a drop. So this open is 64.93, 64.93. Yeah, that's better. Sorry. Okay, so if price gets here, so also 1 second, let me just look at the 30-minute as well. Yeah, there's a zone here as well. That's the zone that we had drawn on Friday on the 30-minute, and that's the reason I need to draw that zone is because it's right at 2673 weekly resistance. Okay, so this drop, base, drop. Usually I don't draw zones on the 30-minute time frame, but I have to because this zone, this drop, base, drop, drop, single base-in candle and a drop is right at 2673. So you got to cover that area. There is a supply level right there, 2673. It's created just before 2673 for the drop down. And price did come, tap 2673 and push down. This was Friday's trade that we took, push down 290 pips, right? So price could get up there again. So this high is 694, close 3028, 694, 328, and this high is 302. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so if price gets here, sorry. Yeah, there's a 2673. If price gets there, 2673 can push price back down. You know, the 15-minute, 30-minute. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so now, if price gets here, where can price push down? What is the largest candle? The largest candle is this. That's a 78 pip candle. So we're going to mark that candle out. 302, 535. 3.02, 535. Okay. Let's go down to the 50-minute. That's a fairly large candle. Let's see if we can break it down a bit. 76 pips. Same on the 50-minute as well. It's 55, 76. Let's go down to the 5-minute. 49, 49. Ooh. Just going to go to the wire. 7302. 02 minus 68, 502, 70, 29 minus 65, 35, 65, 494. This one right here, this low, 2668. Let's put a line there. 2668. So this candle, 5-minute candle, is larger than this candle, right? I'm gonna cover the entire 15-minute candle, but price gets there, might have a reaction to push back down. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, 2668. Gonna watch out for that price level, 2668. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So that's the high liquidity candle on the 15-minute time frame. This candle right here. So if I do take a trade at 2668 or even a bit lower than that, at 2667, if you go, there might be a 5-minute. Yeah, there is. I mean, you can take one at 2668, or even here. Yeah, 2669 as well, right? The stop loss will be above this candle right here, above this 15-minute candle, right? Stop loss will be above that. Now, if you come further up, if you break that high, that means obviously the zone is not valid because now we've broken above the zone. Then we're coming to this area right here. Now there is nothing to hold price here because there is no strong candle here to push price down, but there is 2673 weekly resistance. That's sufficient enough to push price back down. Okay, so let's go to the 5-minute and look at that level. Yeah, there is nothing here in this zone, in this dark red zone, that 36 pip zone that I've drawn. That's based off the 30-minute time frame. There is nothing to push price down. I wouldn't have drawn that if not for this 2673 weekly resistance. That's the reason for that zone. So 2673 is the next area to push price down, and if you do tap that and push price on the 15-minute time frame, then, and I do take a sell, the stop loss would be above that 15-minute candle that push price down, right? Because inside this there is no high liquidity candle to place a stop loss above. I hope that's clear. Here there is a 15-minute candle inside this, so stop loss goes above that candle. Okay, all right. Now if we come down, could price push back up again? Is there a candle there to push price back up? Because there is a zone there. There is a drop, 2 basin candles and a rally, and there is 2650 running right in the center of it. Okay, New York is just about to open. We're going to wait for the first 15 minutes anyway, for the first 15-minute candle to close. So is there a candle here, a high liquidity candle to push price back up? Just a second. Is there a high liquidity candle to push price back up here? Let's go down to the 30-minute time frame. Let's go down to the 1 hour first. So inside this, the largest candle is this candle right here, right? That's the obvious. It's a 90 pip candle. Going to keep our eye on that. Maybe go down to the 30-minute. It's still the largest candle right there. It's still that 89 pip candle now. Still 89, the same candle, 89 pip candle. So, and there's a wick there that is 35 pips. No, it's that candle. So we're going to mark that candle. Five 6-1 6-7-0. 5-6-1 6-7-0. Let's go down to the 15-minute. There is that's a 49 pip candle. And there is that's a 59 pip candle. Interesting. Let's go down to the 5-minute. It's a 47 pip candle. Yeah, it's this candle right here. There you go. That's the candle. Right? That's the largest candle in this zone. 36 pips. 30 pips. This one right here, 47 pips. Perfect. 140670. 140670. Perfect. Okay. So if price does drop, right, that's where it would come to next, and that's right at 2650. So perfect. That's where it would come to. If it breaks this low, it should drop straight through to the next level. That's another 32, 33 pip drop, because this shouldn't push price back up. It's this candle. So if this candle can't hold price and push it back up, because it's also at 2650, then once you break the low, we should come down. Okay, that's why it's so important to understand, to draw these levels correctly, so that you know where price is heading to next to grab liquidity. Now we know where it's heading up. It's heading up here to this light red area to grab liquidity, if it is to go down, right? And in that light red area, or the pink area, whatever you want to call it, we've identified 2668. That's an area where we're looking to take a sell. Okay, and if you do get a sell there, stop loss is above that candle, M15 candle here, the M15, this M15 candle, and then we're looking for price to come here, right, to this area. That's about 150, 160, about a 160 pip drop. That's where we're expecting price to come to this green area, right? So okay, so we wait now. Now we wait. Now we've drawn our zones. Now we just watch the 30-minute time frame. What have we seen? We've formed resistance. Good. M30 resistance is formed. So price is showing bearish signals already. We've formed M30 resistance, but we want to see price come up, break this high, and grab liquid. There is no high here. There is no top wick. So go above there, grab liquidity, and then give us a nice M15 rejection to take a trade coming down here, and hold that trade for about 150 pips, right? Maybe take partials on the way, but ideally come down here. That's a move that I'd like to be on. Okay. So we've got about 10 minutes of the 15-minute candle to close. So that's the analysis for the NY session, right? As simple as that. First, I draw H4 supply demand zones, then identify which of those zones are high liquidity zones and which are not, which we just did. And then inside those zones, look for a high liquidity candle that can reverse price or pause price or push price in the opposite direction. That's about it. And there are 5 key areas that I look for trades, that I look to take a trade, right, in the NY session. And those 5 key areas are H4 or H1 supply demand zones. Number 2, psychological round numbers, these ones, 2650, to 700, to 600, right? Number 3, weekly support resistance levels, 2673, 2715, 2633, and these you'll see them daily. These levels that I've drawn, you'll see them daily there, right? And then next is pullbacks to these EMAs. So when you see price pull back to these EMAs, those are levels that I would look to take a trade from, but not that much, right? The first three that I mentioned are the most important. And then when the EMAs cross, right? When the EMAs cross, so if price does cross somewhere here instead of here, if price does cross somewhere when the EMAs cross, then maybe those areas, a pullback to those areas is probably a place that I would like to take a trade from, right? So, but the last two are not that important. The first three that I mentioned, supply demand zones, H4, H1 supply demand zones, um, psychological round numbers, right? And weekly support resistance levels, right? Those are the main three areas that I look to take trades from. Now we are heading up. Yeah, we're coming up. We should break this high pretty easily and head up before we turn down. Okay, so we got about 7 minutes for the candle to close. We're going to wait for this candle to close. It's very likely going to close a bull candle. We're going to let this candle go up, and maybe we'll have to wait for I'll have to wait for, not maybe, I'm pretty sure that I'll have to wait for the next candle to close, because this is a bullish candle and we're heading into a supply zone. So there are no buys here. Absolutely never. I never buy inside a supply zone unless the supply zone breaks, pulls back, and then I take a buy, right? So we are heading up. We're very likely going to close bullish here. And the next candle is probably going to go deeper into the supply zone, right? So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay. Whatever. Okay. So 15-minute candle is just about to close. Spreads are quite high. Hmm. It's not nice. And that's not a good sign either. And spreads are high. Spreads are high. On IC markets, spreads never get this high. It's the last week before Christmas, so yeah, this is could be the reason for this. On IC markets, spreads are around 0.4 pips or 4 points or 5 points, not never 1.3 pips. Not sure if they've increased their spreads or is this just because of the lack of liquidity. This is not a good sign. This is pretty shit basically. And it's in the NY session and there is no news. Okay, anyway. This is not a by the way, it's not the best of weeks to trade. This is the third week of the month, and third week of the month usually doesn't have a lot of news events. But this is the last week before Christmas, so this will be my last week of trading for the year, and it's not the best of weeks to trade. But nevertheless, I'll be drawing my zones because this is more educational than me personally trying to trade. Um, so yeah, okay. So we are heading, as I said, we are heading to break that candle high, that high right there. 64.39, 266.439. We should break that. We should head higher. And let's see, yeah. So the 15-minute candle has closed. It's closed bullish as expected. The next one's broken the high. We might come down to create a bottom wick and then continue higher, right? So there is nothing to do in this candle yet. We gotta wait. Gotta wait for the candle to close. Um, honestly, I'm not looking to take any trades. Really, I'm not looking to take a trade today. Um, this candle, yeah, we broke this one, broke this side, this one broke this side. Yeah, you got to wait for this candle to close. We might come down, create a bottom wick, and then go higher, right? And then the next one might break this candle high and then continue even higher. So we got to wait. There is no buying at this point because we're just a few pips away from supply, about 10, 12 pips away from supply, right? So we're going to wait. On the 30-minute, just want to check if that supply is drawn correctly. Yeah, this is you can draw it here. Price could get there, but I've drawn it on the 1 hour. The 1 hour, but price could push further up into this candle. That's very possible. We could push into this candle on the 15-minute. Let's just see where we could go. Yeah, we could push past this wick. We could push past this wick. Maybe touch 2673 and then get a reaction. That's possible. Yeah, so we're going to wait. We're creating probably a bottom wick to continue higher. So there's nothing to do. Absolutely nothing to do. Got to wait for the 15-minute candle to close. Nothing to do until then. Okay, just waiting. I'll be back in a few minutes. Gonna wait for the 15-minute candle to close here. We broke on the high. We should head higher. We haven't broken this high yet, so we should head higher. But there is no bias for me because we're just near supply. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. got about 3.5 minutes for this candle to close. We're closing bearish, but I'm not willing to take any trades here. Maybe, yeah, no. Let's see if you're probably making support to push up, creating support to push up. Slow, yeah, probably creating support to push up. Heading probably here. Stop loss under here. Yeah, this is possible. We'll just take a trade here. Stop loss under this candle right here. And TP here. It's like a 1 hour trade. I don't like taking 1 hour trades, but could push to 2668. 2668. Yeah, that's better. More positive RR on that trade. So 60 pips. Yeah, we're creating M30 support. That's a liquidity grab. 744 203 744. Four. Yeah, we're pushing high. Should push high. That's about a 1.5 RR trade if you get to 2668. The reason I took that trade is, okay, so if we got a high liquidity candle there, the price it should get to, if it is to turn down, if it is to grab liquidity. We're creating M30 support right here. We've created fresh support, M30 support, probably to break the high, this high, and then push further up. We did have a liquidity grab here to continue high, and that liquidity grab was from this demand zone right here. So if you look on the 30-minute time frame, you'll see this demand level right here. Right, a rally, 3 basin candles and a rally to push up. Okay, so that rally, base, rally, 3 basin candles and a rally, and that's a liquidity grab to continue up. So that liquidity grab, also there are 2 M15 lows that were broken at the pre-NY session. This one broke this low, this candle broke this low, so I drew my fib and price did touch the 2659.74 to continue higher. So if it does come down, I'll take another entry to go up. 74, yeah, that's good enough. High is 203744. 203744. Let's go on the 15 minutes. What's going on here? Creating support, pushing up. Probably break this low. Yeah. This low 27. This low is 27. One hour is probably closing a doji here. Let's see, it's 26 minutes for the 1 hour to close. An hour, 26 minutes, the 4 hour to close. So this open is 2672. Don't like those spreads. I got a huge problem with these spreads. Just wondering if IC markets has changed their spreads, or is this um, just very bad liquidity right now. Let's see if you come down. Oh, oof. That was bad. That was some really shit slippage. Yeah, I wanted to enter here. There's nothing happening. It's just absolutely no volume. Six minutes more for this candle to close. Now we're coming down, or we're going to hold M30 support and push up. Whatever it is, that there's just no volume today. If you do get high, I might just close these trades and call it a day. There's nothing today. There's just nothing happening. This is a liquidity grab on the 15-minute time frame. Should push higher. This wick here. Grab liquidity from this zone. We should break above when price went up, and we should break this high. Technically, price can do anything it wants to do. It doesn't have to follow a trade plan. It can just do whatever it wants. It doesn't have to follow your trade plan. But technically, created demand on the way up, price came down, grabbed liquidity from this demand zone, and hasn't broken this high yet. So we should continue up to break this high. But no bottom wick, so we're coming down. Should come down. And I just don't like these spreads. 1.7, I really don't like it, the spreads. This is not good at all. When I see market shows they're one of the leading brokers, so when they show 1.7 pip spread on gold, on a raw spread, on a raw account, then there's something wrong. Either the markets are screwing around, or there is no liquidity. So one thing or the other. And either of those scenarios are not good scenarios. Anyway, let's see. 5-minute candle has no bottom wick, so the next one could come down. this candle could come straight down, or the next one can come straight down. Okay, how am I managing risk on this? 30-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame. No real way to manage risks, because that's the liquidity area, 25 pip, 26 pip area. So price has to come to it to go up. So you got to let price come down. It might even come to 2658.5 and then push up. But it's got to come to this area. Got to let it come to this area to push up. So there's nothing that you can do. You're probably going to see a reversal now coming down. It's just no movement. There's no volume. So we are 5 hour, right? Yeah. Let me just correct this. Yeah. So as I said, no bottom wick. We're coming down. Coming down. Went up, coming straight down. Pushed up 20 pips, coming down again. No bottom wick, no, and there is no volume either. So whenever price creates a candle with, on the way up, if it creates a candle with no bottom wick, then it is coming down because there is no volume today. Okay, let's see where this candle. So 15-minute candle is closing bearish again. 30-minute candle has closed, previous candle has closed bullish, creating support. 1 hour candle could go either way, could create support or could close bearish. At which point, yeah, next candle should come down. Might come all the way down to 2658.5. Might come down here. Yeah, we're pushing down. Yeah. Should come below this. Should come down again. $15-minute closed bearish. New 15-minute has no bottom wick. Should come down. Probably go up, create a top wick, then come down. We're just ranging. We're doing nothing right now. I think this is going to go on for, I think, until, when is interest rates? Wednesday. Till Wednesday. Very possible that we just range till Wednesday. We've come back to this area right here. If you look on the 4 hour, look at where we are. Prices come back here, right, in this area. We could range here. Okay, so I've got my stop loss here. I'm going to leave this. If it does come here and create another liquidity grab, then I'll try to move my stop loss under that candle. But right now there is nothing to do. Just can't manage risk because price needs to come to this wick here. There we go. It's coming to 2658.5. Yeah. If this comes and breaks this low, I'm closing everything, and that'll also be the end of the stream because nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. It's just price is doing nothing right now. It's just ranging in between supply and demand. If this wick has no volume, if this wick has no liquidity, then price will break below this wick, come further down to grab liquidity to head up, if it is to move up. Otherwise, we're coming down to this light green area here, 2651. It's just nothing. No, it's just nothing. Need a strong push like this back up. Then you can bring the stop loss under that, minimize your risk. Closing a doji again. Yeah. It's doji again. $58.98. So this candle closes bullish. Then I can bring my stop loss under here. And that stop loss is tighter, 7-8 pips, 20 pips here, 29 pips of this. It needs to close bullish for that. It needs to close somewhere here, at least here or higher. We need a rejection from this area, from this wick. It's 25 pip wick. Right now there is nothing. It's pretty stagnant. I'm going to wait for the 1 hour to close, and then I'm going to end the stream because it's Very boring. There's no volume today. I was expecting this anyway. There's no volume. Volume might come at after NYSE open, possibly after NYSE open. It's been like this since last month. For about a month, we've had no volume in NY open. Yeah, let's see. Pushing back again down. Yeah, pushing back down again. It's got about 30 minutes for the for NYSE open. About 35 minutes for NYSE open. Yeah, it's very likely close a doji. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes. Still nothing. Nothing. Possibly a 30-minute liquidity grab. So now, yeah, if price comes down and breaks this low, then I'm closing everything. It's pointless holding because this candle needs to close bullish first. If it closes bearish, then we're creating resistance to push down. So if it closes bullish, then that means we could head up and that stop loss could be brought under that candle. But if it closes bearish, then it might as well close everything because we are possibly creating resistance to come down. There is just no volume. So I'm going to watch for this candle, let this candle close. If it closes bearish, I'll probably close everything and that'll be the end of the stream because there is nothing happening today. Spreads are very high. The 1 hour is closing, possibly closing bullish. Yeah, 1 hour is closing bullish. 30-minute closed bearish. Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, so stop loss is going to be brought under that candle on all of them. Let's see if we break this high. So this high is 354. If you break this high, chances are we could head up. Yeah, this 15-minute high, if you break, we could head up here at least. Yeah, we're coming down again. It's no volume. Coming down again. Created resistance there. Okay, I'm just going to keep my stop loss there. TP 2666 or 2666.5, then 2668, and then final TP at 2671. Right? 2671. Let's make that 267. 1 second. Yeah, 2671 is good enough. Okay, 2671 is good. That's it. I'll be back tomorrow. Nothing's happening. There's no volume. Probably going to be around NYSE open. NY there's absolutely no volume at all. Just ranged in a 25 pip range, which is range has bounced up and down in a 25 pip. There's no volume to push up or push down. Okay, so that's the end of the stream. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do analysis. More important than the trade is to learn how to do the analysis, how to learn how to draw H4 supply demand zones or H1 supply demand zones, how to identify high liquidity zones, and then inside that, those zones, how to identify a high liquidity candle. That's the important process. And then wait for trades at the areas that I mentioned, right, early on. Okay, see you guys tomorrow. Just again, if just to summarize, I'm going to leave this trade either to hit stop loss or to go hit my TP, right? Because there is no volume right now. So if it comes down, then I'll close everything at 2657.4 or let it run to 2666.6. All right. See you guys tomorrow.